Oh,
Ask your questions. We're live now, but
I was just going to ask if you were
No,
going to
no questions.
a little reminder of where we were at because
yes.
It's been many a month.
It's been a minute. I
7
think
months I checked.
Oh,
yes. I think that 2 of us have moved in the time since we've last done it. Jay bought a house.
Yeah.
wow.
I now have an office.
Yeah.
There are 2 cats sitting outside that door who are both screaming at me that I won't open the door.
Well, you monster.
They don't get to come in here. This is not the cat's room. The cats have the rest of the house except for the puppy room. They also can't go in the puppy room because the puppy will chase them. But
I see you, unlike me, have a backbone, so good job.
yes, that is correct. I also they're not my cats, so I just
Oh, well, all right. That also helps.
They're just not my cat. Anyway, we're back 7 months later, which is funny. So I was rewatching the last episode to also check my notes and make sure that I remembered everything that was going on. And I had said in there, we will be back sooner than 9 months. And we nailed it, guys. Good job.
We did. We did.
Promise completed.
First win of the day.
Exactly. We are back. So last we left off, the problem solvers. You are still in the Lost City of Glass. You are slowly trying to unravel the mysteries there within, as well as get your asses out of there, as you have found the prophecy person that you need to kind of take care of, but also are just stuck. The reason that you are stuck is that, A, there's no real good way to bring a entire city that has been adrift on a demi-plane back. And B, because you accidentally let out a homicidal AI who is more than willing to help you get back, but seems to have their own nefarious purposes. Last episode, you all let that AI go and do its business. It is currently working at a terminal within the city, doing a bunch of math to help land the Lost City of Glass back in the prime material plane. And it has asked for one promise to you all in order to help, which is that you will just let it leave. It doesn't want to fight. It doesn't want to do anything like that. It just wants to walk away from the city once you're back in the prime material plane. You have not given an answer to that yet. Instead, you have all reconvened. You met with your wonderful green dragonborn friend, Darwin, who is the prophecy person that you were looking for. He has identified that of the 25,000 individuals who are currently missing inside of the computer where all the citizens of the Lost City of Glass are currently uploaded, all of their minds are gone, but I kept saying meat, and I still can't think of a better way to put it.
Biomass.
All their biomass. That's a good way to put it. All their biomass.
Body.
Human.
Well, no, because they're not bodies right now. They're goo.
Let me dream. Let me not imagine a big pile a la Stranger
Just a big
Things
fridge.
Season 3.
Listen, I can get worse than biomass if you want.
No, biomass is great. Their biomass is still around.
Okay.
And so what the AI called the Caretaker is planning to do with that biomass, unknown currently. But you did get an idea to go and see if you could find out by going and checking the house of the Caretaker AI's creator. You have gone there. You've met up with your old frenemy, Corin, because it's her brother's house and her house at some point. You have found a secret laboratory. You checked that laboratory. You found a pit full of coagulated dragon fire, which has now been collected inside of a demi plane. I am terrified of what Jay is going to come up with to use on this stuff.
I've had 7 months to think about it.
Oh, it's very, very amusing.
It is very funny to me in rewatching that. I heard you guys say the thing that I was hoping that you would do, which is to cast an anti-gravity spell and just move it. And instead you decided to put it into a demi-plane, which thanks guys. Now I got to figure out what that's going to do.
Welcome.
And upon doing some lockpicking, have found a singular notebook buried underneath the dragonfire that you have not opened yet. And that's where we will pick up from here. So, Nix, you have a notebook. It is bound in dragon scale. It came out of a dragon scale safe, which is how it's not on fire currently. What would you like to do with it?
Can I?
A
Is it
quick
locked?
question.
Like, is it just a notebook or is it like a diary?
Just a notebook. Yes, Jay, what is your question?
Did we put out the fire in the house above us?
No.
It's fine. I'm sure we're okay.
Okay. We should probably read that somewhere else, don't you think?
Okay, I don't remember exactly where we are, but I trust you.
We're in the basement of the
mansion, yeah.
Of the mansion, yeah.
Sidebar, Craig, aren't those great? And it's great that they're agua frescas from like Minute Maid that Stop and Shop is selling for $1 now because no one buys them.
Are they
so
like
good.
are they carbonated or?
No, I would not be drinking them if they
Yeah.
were.
Heather could drink them. Woo!
Yeah, it's very
They're really
tasty.
good.
Strawberry, they have mango.
Nice.
This is not. We're not sponsored, but if you Minute Maid, if you want them,
The hibiscus one in particular, fucking fantastic. Would accept a crate of. Since I know you're trying to get rid of them, Minute Maid, because nobody bought them.
That's fair.
This is delicious, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
So we're underneath a burning mansion right now.
It was a small fire when you guys came downstairs.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say it's a
is our
small
frenemy
house.
with us, or is she still upstairs?
Corin is still with you.
Okay, I couldn't remember. If
Can
she had-
someone check like how on fire? Like, do we need to like leave immediately or?
So I feel like it left an elemental because I have that burn. So-
You tried to use an elemental to go into the dragon fire, and it did not work.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire and fire did not mix with this specific kind of fire.
So it was a water elemental, and I guess it did not go well.
Also fair.
it's like trying to put out a grease fire.
Yeah.
Phaedra, can you check and see how on fire the above? Because I feel like you're the most resistant to fire. Can you just
Scale of 1 to 10.
and just like
All right.
give us
Yeah.
a
I'll-
how quickly we need to move out of here?
Okay, if that's in Draconic, I'm pointing to the notebook. Just let me know. I'll help. All right, I'll go.
We'll let you
check.
know. And
Yeah.
like while she's checking how hastily we need to leave, can I just like see like what language is this in?
It is in a language you don't read.
Word.
And that's all you got for right now. Phaedra, you pull yourself through the tiny passage that leads through. You look up. There is definitely more smoke in the lab than there was before you left, but get the general vibe and whatnot. The fire is still definitely in the other wing of the house. It's just encroaching.
Okay. Was there anywhere else we needed to check, or was this really the spot?
I think this was the spot, if I remember correctly, because this is the thing even Corin didn't know about.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm gonna ask Corin, like, is there anywhere else you think we should check before it is too dangerous to continue to be here?
No, I mean this would be where my brother would hide anything. So, you know,
How
and
long is the
Leo.
journal?
Sorry, go ahead.
How long is the journal?
It's actually not that thick. It's probably about 9 or 10 pages.
All right, I'm gonna just like hold it up to the group then and be like, I don't know what this is. Does anyone know how to read this?
I can give someone the ability to read it.
I will come. I assume I come back, or am I still checking?
It's not a long passage.
Do we know what? Do we recognize the language, even if we
Yeah.
don't necessarily?
Do I recognize it?
Who speaks Draconic? You
Phaedra.
you see that it's in
Okay.
Draconic, but you also see that it is coded.
Fun.
There was nowhere else to check in here for like a cipher or anything maybe lying around?
Oh, that's a good point.
We could look.
Make an investigation check.
Can I try to pursue like the first like couple of letters to see if there's any clues as to what the cipher might be?
Sure. Roll a general intelligence check.
All right.
I would say too, like
Investigation.
I would think that Nick should have advantage because I would probably be looking around too.
Nick's take advantage on that.
If is there any chance there's some kind of hidden compartment or something that
You
might
you already did this, and that is how you found out that there was a thing in the floor.
Listen, it was a long time ago.
Okay. Thank you
Respect
for
all.
advantage because my first roll was not good. This has a much better chance.
I can screenshot it if you want, but I did roll a nat 20.
I believe you. Like I'm
Okay.
I'm not
saying
that kind
that
of
makes it
person.
harder to believe.
not. Yeah, I was about to say. Hold on.
Well, now it's gone because D&D Beyond's dice disappear after a second.
Oh, that's right.
Weird.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Nat 20. Okay. You look upon it. You're like, all right, Draconic. I haven't practiced you haven't practiced your Draconic in a while, but like whatever. You look at it, you realize it's coded. You're like, fuck me running. All right, let's do this. And you try and put together the first line, and you realize that it's a complicated cipher, but not an unbreakable one.
Okay.
In the 30 to 40 seconds, I would say that you give it, you're able to crack 4 words.
Okay.
You're able to crack one day paradise is, and that's what you got so far.
Some sixes.
But because you have a nat 20, when you have more time, you will be able to decode the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I guess I'll be doing that while you guys have been looking for.
For the record, I rolled a 13 on investigation, which I'm assuming does not find me anything. But...
Nothing to be found.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess we should probably peace if there's nothing else pressing here. Any I don't remember if we did this when we came in, like a sweep for just like any other like hidden doors or desks, or I feel like we would have done that when we came in.
Yeah, all that sweep stuff has been done.
Yeah.
This is he had an office upstairs though. This is just the secret basement lab thing.
That is correct. The lab upstairs, you guys arrived to find a hammer had been taken to a lot of it. So,
Okay. I'll still go check and see if there's anything that
I'm gonna go back up
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm going up.
cipher-ish.
Just probably get out of here.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back up.
You all make your way through the back through. You come up into the lab. You guys have ransacked and looked through basically everything up here, so there's not more to be found. And the smoke from the other wing of the mansion is certainly, for the rest of you, getting a bit worrisome.
All
For
right.
Phaedra, it's still like, yeah, this
fine.
would be fine.
That's fine.
The rest are like, maybe not.
I can crack this. I just will need time.
Yeah. Well, let's not take the time here. Let's
Lead us
do it.
out.
Well, yeah, better. Yeah, I can hardly
All right.
read in here.
You all head out. You all head out of the mansion, out into the streets, and you look at the east wing of the mansion, and holy shit, is that thing on fucking fire?
Is there like a computer fire brigade that we should be worried about coming?
Corin just kind of goes, wouldn't worry about it, and then just
They
goes
all
to
got,
leave.
They all got.
It was Corin that lit it on fire, wasn't
Well,
it?
yeah.
Well, yes.
She 1,000%
Technically.
1,000% breath weaponed this thing while you guys were not
Yeah, all
here.
right. We can blame it on her then. That's
But
cool.
didn't all the robots get decommissioned?
Yeah, they're fucked. They're
Yeah.
not working anymore.
Yeah.
Was it all of them or just most of them?
Most of them.
Just not the big guy.
As many as I could.
Yes, most of them are gone.
How far are we from where computer guy is? I forget his
So,
name.
you are in the south pedal, I guess is a good way to put it, of the city. The city is broken up into pedals around a singular center. The caretaker is in the southeast pedal, and the Elysium gem is in the center. So you're probably like a 2-ish hour jog to where the caretaker is.
That's a long jog.
We have a car, don't we?
It's like
You did have a car. It is currently gone.
Oh.
So wait. So
Wait, why is our car gone?
It's a great question, Ryan.
Oh man,
Dude, where's our
I
car?
forgot to lock it.
The crime in this neighborhood is ridiculous.
goats, dude,
Lord Jack.
where's my car?
I forgot to lock it. I'm sorry.
How did Corin get here?
Walked.
Okay. I don't know if they had another ride.
No.
Dang.
So where do we still need to go? Like if we need to,
I would prefer not being super near that guy while I'm trying to decipher this, on the off chance,
We do
doesn't
have
like
to,
that very much.
We do have to go to him though and figure it out,
I don't love the idea of not having eyes on him, though.
Sure.
Especially because he probably fucking jacked our car.
Well,
Wait,
I think he's plugged into the city at large, and that he was able to
Yeah.
control it.
Where's our prophecy friend? Where's Darwin?
He is currently outside of Elysium. You have successfully convinced him to leave.
Yeah.
So he is at the terminal underneath the gem right now.
Okay. We should get to Darwin.
I forget. Did we know if time passed differently in here versus outside, or
You have not been outside to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
that is a okay.
Although we did do, was it sending stones to?
Yes, you have talked to Petunia, and if memory serves, because again it's been a while for me, she was super slow to your guys' super fast.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't particularly care where we go. I just need an area that's like quiet where I can concentrate and try to break this code.
We'll try right here.
I'm gonna say, like, can we go a few buildings down, just
Away from the burning building?
away from the fire?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Maybe
Agreed.
not immediately next door to the house that's going up in flames.
Sure. It's a relatively sparse neighborhood. It's kind of a big fixture neighborhood of like, there's a big mansion here, and then like not a whole lot else. But there are some other townhouses and things like that, not too far a walk away. You guys jog down the road, down this, honestly, like well-shaded, nice boulevard. It's really the only trees you have seen here in the city. Armel, when you get closer to them and like tap a tree to be like, "Hey, friends," you realize that they are actually also metal.
I was waiting for you to say it's all just speed treed. Just
no.
Oh, they use a more advanced middleware than that.
yeah.
I feel like this is the longest the Aramel's been away from nature of any kind.
Yeah, I feel like probably all of them will like tap on one of those trees and then just like.
He just got a little like depression cloud following him.
Yeah.
One day I'll feel the grass again.
There is grass. There's just no.
Yeah, but is
there's
it
just
real?
no large.
Yeah.
No, there's like genuine like grass and stuff, but there's just no
Okay.
large
But we were
biomass.
dogs for a time, so that's
I
probably
forgot
okay.
we were dogs.
It's been a long time here in the Lost City of Glass.
We're not dogs now.
The time
You are- no,
fluctuation
you are-
here is so strange.
You're back. You're back to normal. You're good.
Yeah, we're gonna leave here and find out that the bad guys won and we're fucked.
Yeah, the world is gone. No, so you guys break into one of the other townhouses and settle in. Phaedra, looking through the pages and looking at the cipher, it'll probably take you about an hour and a half to crack the whole thing.
Okay.
So not too bad, not as long as I had anticipated, but that's what a natural 20 will do.
Oh,
I was going to use my knowledge cleric stuff if I hadn't rolled super great anyway, so.
How long did the caretaker say it would take to land this quasi thing?
So you those of you who were speaking to Caretaker, last spoke to Caretaker about 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, they were saying it's going to be at least another 24 hours or so before everything's done.
Oh, okay.
Did we agree?
Wait, caretaker is flying the city back or something.
Not actively. It's more... So the other thing that I genuinely forgot to mention until we were right here is that Caretaker needs more soul energy to also make this happen. And has pointed out to all of you that in order to land this thing back in the prime material plane, a lot of Elysium will get sacrificed to do this.
Right.
I forgot about that.
So yeah, I had also forgotten about that until I just checked my notes. So part of what's going on right now is that they're just doing the math as to how to land this thing, but they know the amount of energy needed is going to be a lot. So they have not made any steering attempts. They have not made any navigational attempts yet. They are just doing the math.
Oh boy.
You know what? To that, did we figure out that you could like print bodies or something? Like
Mhm.
Caretaker could print bodies, but we can't print the original bodies or something.
I mean, you could certainly print, like, Darwin figured out how to make bodies out of the machine. The problem is that if that person's soul energy is gone, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just
Right, it
meat.
doesn't matter. They're gone. It's just meat body. So all those people.
And I protest against this use of the word meat.
So let's let Phaedra decipher that journal, because I would like the possibility of maybe another option besides eating up people's souls to land this thing.
No, but their souls are already gone, though.
No, they're not.
Some
Are
of
they?
them are.
Some of them are.
Some
Oh.
souls have
We
been.
had a percentage. I don't remember
We
what it
want
was.
to use the souls that are left, right?
Correct.
It's like 10%
Okay,
or something
okay.
like that.
So there's about 10% that are currently missing. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, if we could not increase that percentage, I would feel better about that. But
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
yeah.
Yep.
We have to figure out if there's an alternative then.
I know, and I feel like I remember us attempting to figure out alternatives, but not being able to come up with anything. So I'm hopeful for this journal.
So are you guys short resting while Phaedra just does this?
I would definitely
That's
like
a good
that.
idea.
All right, so take a short rest. Stuffs, if any of you need to reset anything. Phaedra, you do not get the benefits of a short rest because
It
you
doesn't
are.
matter.
What does the short rest give us back?
You can roll hit dice if you need to. If you are a class that gets spell slots back on a short rest, like Trev or Sai, you get those back.
Do I get channel divinities back on short rest? I think that's
I believe so.
Yeah, for clerics, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I just found something out about stuff that was added to this class since
Oh.
I last was aware of it. There's a whole thing.
Oh,
The next time I deal damage to something with my Crimson Right, I get to do its stuff is slightly different.
did they buff or nerf Crimson Right?
It's better.
Okay, I was about to say 'cause Crimson Rights were pretty weak.
Yeah, they gave me something that benefits very specifically to solve a problem that I have very specifically had.
that's good.
Motherfuckers teleporting away from me.
Oh no!
I didn't know.
Oh no!
Oh
Shit.
no, Trev
In
got better
short-
at murder. What
Yeah,
will we do?
in short, if you damage people with the right, you brand them until you brand somebody else, and
I
you
remember
always
that.
know what direction they are to you. If
Son of
they
a bitch.
they can no longer take the dash action,
Ah.
and if they try to teleport or leave the plane by any means, they take 4d6 psychic damage, and then also have to charisma saving throw or else it fails. And then they also have disadvantage on saving throws against my spells.
Right.
That's good.
So it does a lot.
Damn.
Goddamn,
Okay.
Mercer decided to buff that class.
Of
Anyway,
Weird.
lots
It's almost
of
like you made it.
yeah. Anyway, so Phaedra, the first half of the notebook or so, not particularly useful to you. Why? Because it's a combination of philosophy and math.
Oh no, gross.
The philosophy being Leo's whole idea behind Elysium. You know, the whole idea of a world without pain, a world without, sickness, a world without death, a place where people can have what they desire as they desire it. That is a big thing in this writing, that Leo really wanted people to not be trapped into their simplistic individual desires in a moment, but actually be able to adjust and grow still within Elysium. It was very much built around the idea of like continue to live, not freeze. The other side of it, once you get through kind of that, and then the math is like, hey, how are we going to actually make this shit work?
Sure.
The other side of it is much more focused on the decay that was happening to the Lost City of Glass. So in this, Leo is expanding much more on the kind of stagnation of people, the stagnation of technology, the stagnation of everything that was creeping into the society as it was floating through the plane. And a lot more focus on how to get this place back. From the writing, you can tell that it is more recent. It's hard to tell how much time has passed in the Lost City, but you can certainly tell that it is much more. The ink is still wetter, I guess, good way to put it.
Carbon tape the ink.
Yes. So it seems like three things happened at once. One, Leo lost some amount of faith in Elysium actually lasting forever. There is some writing about how the maintenance and the upkeep have drained the city's resources very severely. And there are some writings about his decision to start pumping people's soul energy into Elysium to continue to make it run. The The second thing is he seems to have been losing some confidence in the caretaker AI.
Funny that.
He seems to be starting to see some rampancy within it, as well as some more radical thinking that he did not program in. And the third thing is, okay, how the fuck do we get back? Because we just can't do this forever. His solution, there's a lot in there that's basically like, my solution, as it turned out, was a Band-Aid. You know, it was a pretty Band-Aid. It was a Band-Aid that worked well, but it's not sustainable forever the way that I wanted it to. So if we need to actually, as a society, grow again, we need to go backwards. So there are some writings and there is some math as to how to make this thing crash. The things that you note that the caretaker has not said to you, unknown if caretaker knows them.
Conveniently left out truths, yeah.
Correct. One, it's going to take about 50% of the soul energy currently stored within Elysium to punch through the planes. By the way that, Leo currently saw it. Two, it will be a crash, not a landing.
Oh god, no.
Because of just the way that ley lines work and the way that, planes shift over each other. It's impossible to not, kill the speed, basically.
We love it!
And the third is that the actual aiming of the city itself, very, very easy. So the thing that Caretaker has been saying, that they are currently doing math as to the aiming of it, Leo says in this writing, that part's not complicated.
Yeah. Okay. I have a feeling I know what he's actually doing then. Okay. So you guys come back an hour and a half later and I look like the guy from It's Always Sunny with all the paper and wires.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I got it.
Not that.
And then I will repeat what Gary said because I'm not gonna.
Yes, all of that is conveyed to us.
Yes.
Huh.
That's all very concerning.
Well, we better go to see this guy then, huh?
Wait.
We should think first. Let me have some coffee, please.
So Leo
Phaedra is just...
Leo wanted to undo this and put it back. Put that thing back where it came from, so help me. But he thought the only way to do it was to burn up half the souls and crash. Understanding that notebook correctly.
Yes.
And
Which is, I'm wondering, I guess that might be why he hadn't done it up until now. Because, it's because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Leo didn't seem interested in leaving, right?
No, he seemed very dead set on making sure people did not get in the way of leaving.
Okay, then yeah, so he probably saw how much it would cost him, was like, no, that's a bad thing, because, even assholes have a limit, And,
Could be easy for a crash, too. It might, destroy the city, even if we bring it back,
I get the impression that he actually does want out of here. He just doesn't want us to get in the way. And if he could create a body that's more than what he has,
so Leo and Caretaker are two different things. Leo is the Black Dragonborn brother of Corin that Trev cut in half.
Right.
Caretaker motivation's still unknown.
Right.
But I think we discussed the idea that besides the fact that it was consuming people, we weren't sure how many physical bodies he was going to come out in, if I remember correctly. Because we had said
is Darwin's worry. Darwin's worry he addressed to you was, we have shown that Caretaker can put fragments of its consciousness into bodies, and there's at least 25,000 bodies currently empty.
Yeah, so we don't want to Danganronpa to it.
Darwin is watching the machine to make sure that doesn't happen.
Correct. You've left him a sending stone. He can get in contact with you if the 3D printer starts printing out more dragons.
So if the thing he's actually calculating,
Morgan doesn't like any of this.
Nope.
The thing he's actually calculating can't be the aiming. The only other thing would be like the absorption of the 50% of souls. My guess would be is like figuring. I don't know. I don't know how computers work. So that'd be my.
Make an intelligence check. Or actually, I take that back. Make a wisdom check.
I really like the
22.
Emily Ryan cam we have right now.
Yeah, pearl butt.
Pearl Cam featuring
Shiny girl, shiny pearl butt.
Yeah.
So,
Just-
Phaedra, in your interactions with Caretaker, it has never particularly worried or struck you as worried about the cost. It was very frank about the cost. That part it hasn't really hidden from you. Leo's notebook has revealed how much the cost would be, which the Caretaker conveniently left off.
He left it as there was no other means of keeping the power supply,
Correct.
so I had to drain, which is like shitty but understandable. But we were like, no.
Correct. And also has been upfront about the fact that, hey, it's going to take some energy to punch this thing through the planes.
Sure, yeah.
It was not exact on the numbers, but it was very, upfront about those facts. It has never seemed particularly bothered by the cost. After sitting with everybody and talking it through, and specifically looking at Trev, you realize something, which is what, and thinking about Trev's situation and the other thing that is currently trying to punch through planes to get to where it needs to go.
Good point, yeah.
You realize beings of this thought process and things that go down this road tend not to care about cost except where their own needs are in place of. Caretaker, it's very clear, wants to go out into the world. It wants to expand, it wants to learn, it wants to be its own individual entity. It's not going to do anything to jeopardize that opportunity. So what it's probably doing right now is trying to solve what might jeopardize that opportunity.
Ah. Cool. I hate it.
I don't remember if I asked this question to our boy before, but can the human printer print things that aren't just copies of bodies?
Like, can it build more robots?
Could it build monsters?
That is a great question, and you have not seen any information to lead to one or the other.
We should talk to Darwin.
I think you guys also just accidentally quoted a Flight of the Conchords song.
What?
Really?
Oh.
The robots? The robots are... The humans are dead? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should rejoin with Darwin.
Yeah.
Share information with him. Get some input.
Make sure he's alive.
No,
Make sure he's
here's my-
alive.
Yeah, I think that last part is kind of important.
yeah.
All right. So you all begin the trek through the city. It takes about an hour to get back to the central area. It's not that bad. Upon arriving at the floating Elysium crystal over the large chasm of biomass, or biomass pods that kind of line the sides, you can look down and see that Darwin is just typing away at the computer. He is alive, kind of doing his thing.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Hi, Darwin.
I will give him an abridged version of what happened.
Yeah, let's just share the info.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What is with the thumbs up bubble with the...
Where'd that come?
Where did that come from? What the hell was that?
More and more I've been hearing about this thing occurring. Emily, I'm gonna need you to give me a peace sign.
What? How? Like in
no-
real life or about?
Yeah, like
What?
Oh, balloons!
What is happening? Morgan, what did you do?
Did you
That's
did you put
Morgan.
balloons
I'm a
there?
fucking wizard, dog.
Oh, you're a sorcerer.
Patient.
No.
it.
Marleman's the sorcerer.
I know
I'm a wizard.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, Lord Almighty, what have we
You're a small
done?
businessman.
So we said hi to
Mine
Darwin.
doesn't do it. I don't have the camera. You guys do. I don't. I don't know what software y'all are using, but that was the example
guys
I
hear
had
the
heard
music?
about with the piece.
Yes.
I can hear it. Yeah.
Wild. They've built so many things into here since we were last here. All right, hang on. I can't. I need to not fuck around with this right now. We're doing a thing.
What are you playing with? I don't even know.
Some sort of lo-fi.
I can add music to the. I can't think about this right now. Okay.
You could add boss music. Amazing.
I can do things. This is everything I wanted.
Well, I mean, that's one advantage of doing things every 7 months. Things get improved incredibly quickly by our standards.
I need to not think about this. Anyway.
Hi, Darwin.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you make your way down there. You say hello to Darwin. Darwin's like, "What's up, guys?"
Give him the
both
abridged
are.
version of what has happened. We'll
Yes,
Got it.
found.
exactly. Yes.
Hey,
he, looks
buddy,
at all,
shit's gotten worse.
he looks at all of you and goes, "Okay, it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. That's
Yes.
it got worse. Okay, that's
And also, we kind of need to move quickly because time out here moves slower than in there. I have that right?
flip.
No.
I'm in
All the way
here
around.
quicker than out there.
So never mind.
It's not a problem for the people outside. It's a problem for us.
Got it. Okay.
Darwin's like,
Time dilation is real.
okay, I did mess with the computer a little bit to see what it could be thinking. I have learned something neat, which is that this, and he kind of points at the glass casket that caretaker crawled out of before.
Blasket, please.
Yes, the glasket. This is not the only one of these in the city.
Oh.
Of course
Okay.
not.
How many are there?
Can't tell. Did
More than
get-
100.
roughly.
Oh, no.
Did get the prompt when I was messing around with it. If I wanted to print in the center or the west. So I would assume they're somewhere out there. Also, and I'm not sure how you guys are gonna feel about this one. I would like to go back into the computer now.
Why?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, buddy.
No.
Listen, I get it. However, my chances of dying are significantly higher out here right now than in there. So I'd really like it if you
no.
guys would let me go back.
50% is a significantly higher
Yeah,
And
you
you
don't
would-
get it. If you go back into the computer, chances are you're going to be drained.
Great. Chance of oh my lord.
It's way more.
Why?
Na, 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 na.
Why are we getting this?
There's never go.
I did it again.
Full cast
Prestidigitation.
That's right.
He looks at you, Sai, and goes, 50% chance of getting drained. Bad. 98% of this thing crashing into the ground. Very bad.
Well,
Again,
could-
it will be just the 50%.
If we
No.
leave, though.
well, but
hmm.
let's
I theoretically could plane
Problem
shift this
solve.
out.
That's the thing, Phaedra, is that upon doing all of that and looking at the calculations that Leo has already done, you could successfully plane shift you all out of here if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
and Darwin and Corn if we feel like it.
Yeah.
does that mean?
So
can we like
better
Yeah.
odds.
The
wait,
caretaker
wait.
first.
So I have a couple thoughts. Can we like store the souls somewhere?
Yes, Darwin.
He just points at the crystal above him.
But like,
Uh-huh.
like
Is that where they are currently?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
How big is this crystal again? Heather doesn't
It's
remember.
big.
Okay.
like, is it a
Like
thing
Lisa.
that we could?
Someone doesn't have enlarge or reduce, do they?
That's what I'm looking for. It
Like, if-
instantly just hit me. I'm like, wait a minute.
I've definitely abused that spell before to get things
What
out of
was
the way
that?
that were too big.
What would that do?
That's essentially zip filing the souls, with compressing the souls.
You cast compress.
We're using Win Human zip. 7 souls zip.
Sorry, there's not enough room on
Oh,
this.
hold on. This reduction just increases its size by 1 category.
Oh, so it would go from gargantuan to huge. Wonderful.
Yes, exactly.
Slightly
Can we
more
stack
manageable.
that? Could we stack an enlarge?
No.
Can you twin cast on the same thing?
That was no, you can't.
Damn, that's annoying.
At least I don't think you can. I think you can when on twin spells. I think you can only cast it against different targets.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, I don't remember my spells.
Well, it's like
I mean, so
Could really be interesting if I had access to enlarge or shrink, because I have the ring of spell bending where I could probably do some weirdness with it.
Yes.
I have the spell though.
Strength, just a regular strength check for me.
Oh, well, that's got to be pretty good. I just got to remember what my modifier is.
It's probably plus 19.
Size,
Not
same
that, but it is
question.
quite good. That's a 26.
Size, same question.
Oh, mine's significantly less. I can tell you that. Save?
Just a check.
Oh, 17.
Not bad. Trev, as they are debating this enlarge reduce plan, and then remembering the issues of the spell, you think about like the sizes of things in your head. And like this is slightly bigger than an ancient gold dragon, a thing that you have fought and killed, an ancient red dragon, a thing that you have fought and killed, but definitely couldn't have lifted.
Yeah, but half that size, maybe we're talking.
So, and that's the thing, like that is the difference between the ancient red dragon and a what's it called? Goristro, which you have successfully lifted before.
Yeah, like it's just the spell. Like it's what the size. It's like halved its size in all dimensions, and it's like 1/8 the weight. So
Correct.
Oh,
we
right.
could get manageable.
In
Okay.
theory, you could, if they reduced it, carry it.
It would be exhausting, but we could probably make this work.
You'd
Yeah.
probably take a point or two of exhaustion to do it, but you
Well-
could do it.
I would plane
There's
shift us from
another
there. I
one.
wouldn't make you walk. That'd be mean.
there's another
Yes.
one.
Isn't there another one, or that's just the meat?
There's one crystal. There's multiple printers.
So
Yeah.
that is the problem that Darwin points out to you. While you would be able to get everybody's soul energy out of here by reducing the size of the gem,
Uh-huh.
there is the potential for 2 things to happen, he points out. The first is that, great, we have everyone's soul energy, we have nowhere to put them now. So they're going to be in a rapidly decaying crystal because we're also cutting them off from their power source.
Right.
So if we're fast about it and we have a way to move the souls from this thing, which according to both those notes that you have and from Caretaker, is burning itself out,
Uh-huh.
we have a way to move them from this to something else, then we could do it. But we've got to be fast about it.
But where could we move them?
The other part, of course, is that all of the biomass still here.
Which is the thing he needs.
No, he needs this.
Well, he needs the souls and the biomass
Could
theory.
we, Darwin? What are the odds that we could just start printing like people and souls?
I mean, yeah, like we could hard reset all of these people and start kicking them out. We don't know where this other set of printers is, so we could probably do it pretty fast. There are plenty of them, but we don't know where they go yet. The other side is that what do we do?
Yeah, my plane shift only allows a certain number. So
How
if we go beyond 10, I think we're fucked.
Where is Marleman's teleport currently? Doesn't he have a teleportation?
Could literally be wherever you want.
Where would it
hold
put?
on. That's
where-
not true. But I can
You have a
make
couple
one.
of them, don't you?
How?
I have a few.
There
I have
ones in
He's
Corp's
got one at the.
basement
He's
or
got one at the
something.
monastery.
yeah.
He does have
I
one
have
at
a
the monastery.
ton. I have Jerusalem, Lathander, Break, Monastery, Dis, Salon,
Oh,
we're
that's
going-
right. You
we're
do
gonna get
have
our
one
hair
from
done?
Dis and Salon.
Ren, and the Archive.
You have
So does that have a limit?
time.
Let me
Yeah,
check.
that's just how long the spell lasts and how many
It's-
people
yeah,
can go
it's-
through the portal.
But I think I can during a long rest, I think, or I can spend a long rest preparing a permanent one, I believe.
That is true.
So like if we're gonna be here for like 24 hours, like I can sit here
You
and
could
prepare
set up
a
a teleport.
circle,
Yeah.
which would be a permanent circle that we could use to evac. Like
This is what
I
I,
have a
think we
question
do.
for
I
our
think we
friend.
gotta go fuck with Caretaker while we try and print a bunch of people, teleport them out of here.
oh no, I lied. I cannot do the permanent thing unless Gary wants to play with the rules a little bit, but I think that would be a little too much of an ask.
What's the word?
The rule is I can create a permanent teleportation circle by casting this spell in the same location every day for 1
For
year.
a year.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
know.
But what are the odds that we'll free some people who have magical abilities as well?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Let's see. The duration is 1 round.
We also
six-
have to
6 seconds.
factor in, like, humanoid error of they may not want to go. So
They don't want to go. We know that.
Choice.
Well,
we know they don't.
Yeah,
sure,
We
yeah.
go with this like
Crashing plane.
right, this thing that
Well-
will guaranteed kill you, or you can try and get out with us.
Well, this is the source of my line of questioning I would like to do, which is to ask our friend here, how confident are you in your ability to take one of these casket printer things apart and put it back together?
Oh.
Really
Make
good question.
I mean, I could probably do it.
I can help.
Because if we can do that, then we can get everybody into that, everybody who wants to be in there safely, and also have a means to get you back out once we're not in here.
And then we can teleportation circle to wherever the hell we want.
we
and
still
create
If we could
our
get all
evac.
of the pieces that we would need to hook up
Right.
basically a one-off extraction to this big thing, then we can
Right.
take that
You're
whole
moving-
machine
you're
out.
moving everything. And
Trev, I'm gonna ask you to make the hardest roll of your life.
Oh,
Make
good.
make an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm not that bad at that.
could Trev have thought of this?
Can I guidance him?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no. This
am
is
I
actually
smart?
this is actually not a can Trev have thought of this. It is
Okay,
a
cool.
next
I was
step
like,
to this.
if
No,
Can I-
It's a
Can I-
14.
I was gonna ask if I could guide him, but okay.
no.
Probably.
So this is where you can probably guidance him. That's true, but this is more of just a does Trev have a brain blast moment
Ah.
of putting 2 square pegs into a round hole and realizing that it makes a circle. Which is, as you're saying all that, you can see this look of fear across Darwin's face, which is like that very smart person confidence of like, yeah, you're asking me to do something technology based and I can fucking do that. And then there's that like anxiety that comes out the other side of it, which is like all of the reasons it wouldn't work trying to bump into his head. And you think back to what he had said originally, which is you got to do it fast and it needs a power source.
Mhm.
And so with a 14, I will give it to you. You vaguely recall as well having a problem right now in the prime material plane of something being a power source without that power being able to go anywhere without the person dying.
Oh god, I forget who that is.
Oh.
The king, the false king.
That, well, they don't know he's a false king, but yes.
Right.
He is
And we have
currently
Prisoner
You-
working on it.
correct. There is currently a
A
Jarl
bomb person under break.
in a Jarl in break who is currently pumping out too much energy that he cannot be moved.
Hmm.
So technically, if you were to stick these two things together, it might actually work out for everybody.
So now, when I after thinking of all that, I could say like, in that case, I have an idea that I'm gonna have to ask you to not freak out at any point in the description because it's gonna be a little bit strange. But I promise the The concept checks out.
Okay.
And then kind of explain the where the power could come from
Oh my.
a little bit.
Why do you have a man in a basement?
We've
Don't-
lived a
don't ask
long and
questions.
fascinating life. Said it
Why don't
live.
you?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong question.
We've been through a lot of things, and sometimes we just try to remember what we've been dealing with and try to
Technically, you had a
make the
guy in a
most of it
basement
all.
who just died.
I'll be honest. If this keeps my city from exploding, I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, this is the thing. This feels like
I'm-
we could have a path to save multiple cities at once.
And I
And I
can
like this.
choose where we go with plane shift.
I mean, it sounds. Sure. Give me a couple of hours.
Disclaimer: we will kind of have a refugee crisis on our hand, also, because we'll need to find places for all these people to go. But we will figure that out.
Figure that out. We
Figure
got
that
friends.
out.
We'll figure that out.
I feel like there's political moves we can make in break to make that happen.
Yeah.
But we also
I
have
don't know if
friends
that's the
who
problem
are-
that we are supposed to
Wasn't
solve.
there an area where a whole
we're
bunch of
creating
people
this
died
problem.
recently,
We
or
need
am
to
I
solve it.
misremembering?
Oh, that happens
That
all
is-
the time.
That happens all the time, unfortunately. The answer is actually Break. Break is a pretty empty city right now.
Well, there you go.
Oh man, this is gonna go great.
Perfect.
It's all coming up
Good news.
daisies. Here we go.
The only time that an energy
Here,
crisis
you gotta
is
live.
possible.
You gotta live in this city. It kind of sucks.
Oh, boy.
But
It's a little
Fine.
cold for you, Dragonborn. However,
hey, they might be silver dragonborn.
that is true.
We could also light a bunch of stuff on fire, and it'd be fun, you know.
I missed you, Aramel.
Darwin
I know
just like
usually they never
slowly
change, but
slowly starts to nod, and then presses 2 buttons on the keyboard, at which point the screen goes, "Are you sure?"
don't even.
And Darwin says, "I guess so," and
Wait, wait,
presses enter, and the lights that were going into the casket turn off.
Oh,
Like
jeez.
the tubes basically turn off. He's like, "All right, caretaker's gonna notice that we just turned off one of these printers. I'm gonna start disassembling that as quickly as possible. Y'all figure it out from here. I'm
Whoa.
done with this nonsense."
Could
And
we-
he turns around, walks away from you, and begins to look at this casket more.
We did not say we're doing this right now, dude.
Well,
First
Yeah.
person, you're really fucking dumb.
You're very lucky I had plane shift already prepared.
all right. Who's going to break?
Intelligence, common sense.
Ah,
How long
he's got the
is
ADHD.
he
I get
close
you.
enough by to ask how long he thinks this part's gonna take?
Oh yeah, he's like 3 feet away from you. He is not.
How long do you need to do that?
Give me like 2-ish hours.
Great. We have to
Okay.
fend off the caretaker for 2 hours.
Is there somewhere nearby that we could cause a ruckus as a distraction?
Wouldn't happen to have a map
Oh, I
of
don't think
like
that's enough
the
stuff. He
locations
knows
where the
we are.
printers
He
are,
knows
just
what
so
we're
we
ranking.
know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Darwin just said they are to the west. You guys don't actually know.
Yeah, we
Awesome.
just got to set up. I
Remember,
don't think
you're in the
leaving him is a
center.
good idea.
So
Okay,
there's nothing else that we need from any other location. We have everything we need essentially here.
Yep. Besides,
Okay.
the only things left in the city that you can think of are wherever these printers are that you don't know where they are. Caretaker themselves, who is out in the east of the city, the southeast specifically.
Sure.
And Corin, who, after you guys went into that townhouse, has vanished.
Oh,
Should I send a message to Corin?
What's going to happen to the city once we just leave with all the souls?
It's just gonna be here.
Eh,
I think it's gonna crash.
it'll be a pocket dimension with
Well,
no
no,
doors.
because caretaker is not going to be able to drive it if there are no souls. So
Right.
it's
So
just-
It'll just sit here
it'll
in
just
space?
die out.
Yeah,
Theoretically, as far as we're aware, it will not have the
Theoretically.
power needed.
like I'm okay. with
Whatever,
that.
man,
Like
yeah.
that's fine with me. He can chill here in an
So-
empty city.
Yeah,
So
if
I
they
think-
find another way to plane shift this, then we'll have to deal with that.
Okay.
So I think
Uh,
some people need to go to break and get the power source, and some should stay here to protect Darwin.
Oh no, my
Oh, I
dude,
thought we
we're
had to
gonna
bring
break.
the stuff to break. I
Oh,
don't
we're
think we
gonna
can.
bring all the
Hey,
stuff to
I think
break.
the power starts.
Everything that we
moving will be a
need is
big
currently
problem.
in the location where we are, which is the center.
And besides, I
Um,
don't think we can make multiple trips. At
We're
this
doing a resource extraction to break. We're taking all of the stuff with us.
Would Corin's help
Well, we shouldn't-
What can
we
Corin
should
help
tell
with, like the
Corin,
breakdown
yeah,
of
we should
anything,
tell
or
Corin
just like
before.
protecting people in battle? Is that I don't remember what her specialty is.
But we
Got a
should.
hammer.
A Limp Bizkit song.
She break. Okay, cool. Should I
She is a paladin.
should I call her to like tell her we're going? Because otherwise she dies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably the
Depends
next
on who
thing.
you ask.
That's why I was looking at Sai and Trev.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say
it's-
don't bother, but of course I'm going
I
to say
don't-
that.
That's kind. I think we should.
You're correct.
Tell her that we're leaving.
Okay.
Rude.
Yeah.
Not.
She is fully renounced.
Has she?
Has she?
I had not believed that. Yeah.
Fully renounced who? The lady?
The Queen of Air and Darkness.
I
yeah.
thought
Gary,
she was.
remind me,
Yes.
how did we get in here versus Corin?
So Corin has not explained how she has gotten through. She has made mention of the fact that she's been able to do it a few times.
Sure, it makes sense.
And you guys got in because you found the location and plane shifted.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we kind of just accepted that she probably had a way in here because her family is in here.
Right, that's what I think. I just didn't
Yeah,
know
like,
if,
oh, that
if
seems
she had
to
said
make sense.
anything specifically.
No,
Didn't she also
You'll-
come through as a cat?
she was a cat when she came through, which means that she definitely came through a similar way to you all. She did not like plane shift into. Long story short, she had to work through the weird membrane that you guys did as well that turned you all into dogs. So yes,
Just probably another-
What's the name of the place that we're currently at? Like the
The
central
Storm
console place?
the,
Is there, like-
the Elysium, the Elysium Central Command, like whatever
Okay.
you want to call it.
Thank you.
I mean,
Honestly, your note can be as simple as
We're leaving.
And it was 2 hours. We said was the estimate.
Let's
About-
not give her that. Let's just say we're leaving because if
Say
you want
we're
her to help fight,
Well, do you
don't
want
have
to
her
have
show
her
up
be
with
like
30
huffing in the
seconds left.
corner, like mad while we're waiting? Like,
if
I
there's
would-
gonna be violent death that we need her help with, we don't want her showing up at hour 1:59. We want her
Fair
to show
enough,
up in
fair
time to
enough.
help out.
I think she knows the score and doesn't care for Caretaker particularly much.
sure.
Yeah.
I think Caretaker might
I
have
don't
already said
suspect
killer
she's
wounds.
going to help the other guy.
Yeah. And fuck it, if she decides she really wants to throw down with us, whatever.
I don't think she will.
I don't
I
think
don't think she will either. I think it'll be fine.
she does
Yeah.
not want that smoke.
I don't think she does. I think she's been through
Honestly,
and she would also probably like to leave. And she was an ally.
we've dealt with her fairly. She's dealt with us fairly.
Yeah, like I don't want to,
Yeah, we can.
That's
we
a
can-
great way to
Now,
say
you
she's
know
not our
what?
fucking friend, but
And you know
Not a
what?
friend, but she's not our
She'll
enemy
kind of
right now.
owe us a debt if we have her leave with us. She'll kind of owe us. That's a
I don't know if
favor.
she's the kind who will actually live up to that, but
We'll see.
Also,
we're also just the bigger people.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, well,
All right. I have my 25.
The option here is the evil person in me is like, let them join the party, and if the battle gets too intense,
Sure.
maybe there's an opportunity where she doesn't make it. I don't know.
Maybe my fireball goes wide.
Parliament
Okay.
doesn't say that,
All right.
but Morgan's certainly thinking it a little.
Yeah, I will cast sending.
What do you got?
Come to Elysium Central Command. Have exit plan. Leaving soon. Caretaker probably attack. Not sure what will happen after we leave.
that's too much. I think
I
you
thought
just
we were just saying we're leaving. Like,
I'm
It
giving
seems
her.
more
I don't
than-
know how she got in or out, and if we take the means of her teleporting, I will feel a little bad.
It's Phaedra's message. Go ahead,
Sure,
Phaedra.
Phaedra.
nope, you're right. You're
I
absolutely
can't
right.
tell you.
She's really good at beating shit up, so hey, I
Okay.
happen to have
I
that.
will say when she shows up, she'll be like 4th or 5th best at beating shit up in the
I
group.
didn't say she was particularly good at it. I just said she enjoyed it.
How
Everyone
long
these days
does
got
she
that
have
rematch.
to? How long does she have to respond to the message?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good
Oh,
question.
that
Let
is
me-
ominous as fuck, I have to say.
I
So,
love that. Yes,
I
excellent.
think that's something that's
hold
never
on, I gotta
really
look up the
explicitly stated.
specifics.
This is fighting caretaker right now.
She could.
Creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender, can answer in a like manner immediately.
Okay.
Doesn't specify otherwise. Can
Well-
answer in a like manner immediately.
Yeah. So does not have to answer, but if she is going to answer, it has to be immediate. It cannot be after a little bit of time, which is great because you get a response back that says,
Counting.
promise to take care of the people. Will get there if I can. Tell Trev I'm gonna try. And that's it.
Word.
Okay.
All right.
We
We'll
gave
see
it a
what
fair
happens.
shot. Can't say we didn't do the right thing.
100%. Proud of you.
So-
What happens?
You have about 2 hours to protect Darwin from whatever is coming. You know that probably there's a good chance that whatever is coming is going to come from the west. How would you like to fortify your position?
L1 stratagem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a Gatling turret.
I am going to cast
Orbital strike.
Death Ward on Darwin
All
What
right,
is it?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
because it lasts 8 hours
great,
and it is not concentration. So
great.
huzzah.
You have cast a death ward on Darwin. I will note that.
Yep.
I can do. How big is the space in front of us?
So there is the way that the city is set up is that there are 8 central boulevards that go off into the various directions. So
Right.
there is a probably about 4 lane wide boulevard that leads directly from the west. There is one that leads directly from the northwest, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are side roads and things like that that come off it, of course, but these are kind of the central arteries of the city.
Should we try to create a joke point? Like,
I would like to. I can make a wall of thorns, which I would like to do.
Okay, how long does that last?
I don't know. I need to figure that out. So just give me a second.
While he's
But I would
looking-
like to.
Okay.
Hang on. Sorry. I would like to block the artery coming from the west
Okay.
in the best way that I can. Like a bit far out, though. You know what I mean?
So can I say something while you're looking up?
Yes.
the
Now.
details?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I know I do a lot of disarming of traps, but do I am I able what?
you super are.
Am I able to
I
make
know the answer to your question, yes.
You are. You just need to have the materials to do it.
I think I have some. I don't know if I specifically have the materials, but I have
Oh, girl.
Size
I got
got some
materials.
materials.
I can help you with that.
He's a material man.
all right.
Material boy.
What do I roll? Like sleight of hand to make traps?
Depends on what you want to make, probably.
Yeah, I was about to say, depends on what you want to make.
Like, does it depend on the materials that I have? Like,
You tell me what you want to make, and I will tell you what materials it will require, and then a roll to do it.
what would be a good trap?
And Sai, if you have some materials that you think would be good for traps, you can feel free to throw some
Oh, boy,
some
howdy.
guiding suggestions out. If we have pots of
You guys make
dragon
some ball
fire
bearings,
like it's
put
a
some
fucking
claymores here.
medieval
Let's
castle.
So we do have, I think, a couple vials of that stuff, but most of it's in a demi-plane that's inaccessible at the moment.
You tried.
what
to
if we
put-
had
you
the
tried to
exit
put
of-
it in a vial, and then it exploded.
Oh, that's right. We need enchanted vials. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, but what if we?
I can't
How?
get it right now.
Oh man, we can't open up little holes to the demi-plane above stuff.
I can't do it again until I've rested more.
Fuck.
Didn't Trev or who used to make firebomb potions? Didn't
I mean,
he-
I have the ability to make a lot of.
I was
I
gonna
have
say, I
very
remember,
good potion
like,
making
Trev
inside
giving you
alchemy. I
potions.
just don't have. I don't know if I have the recipes for that kind of stuff, but I'm sure I could.
Oh, I've got 5 pepper bombs.
Hey, that's something.
There we go.
Yeah, let's see. Hold on. Like this is a row we could go down. I have
right, hang on.
survival and alchemy.
You
We also
guys-
have those exploding daggers.
You guys discuss amongst yourselves how you want to kind of put this together. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So,
Okay.
so I've got 5 pepper bombs. If we have a way to like set some kind, like a minefieldy kind of trap or something.
Yeah, we also have those expendable throwing daggers that
I also have.
If anybody's got Xanathars, there's
4.
apparently a whole chapter about designing traps in it.
I have 4 arcane blue crystals that we can cast spells on and put
Nice.
somewhere, and then I can just.
oh right,
them.
the steel ones.
I can make a 60-foot long wall of thorns that costs 4 movement for every 1 foot.
I think. How long does that last? Because I think you may want
Lasts
to hold
only
on. to
10
that.
minutes, so I think I would have to wait until we see whatever's coming.
Hold
and
on
then
until the fight
Yeah.
starts. And then
Yeah,
drop that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also going to
No,
call
I'm
them
gonna like
back.
prep it first, though. I think, right? That's how I would do it.
Yes.
As
That.
it would be
What's the
prepared already, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
What's the test?
It's I don't know. It comes from my staff.
oh, the staff of the woodlands.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that comes with a lot of really good spells in it.
yeah,
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. That is already in the staff.
right.
You haven't used it today, so you're good.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Does
Okay.
anybody have any spells they want to throw into one of these crystals?
Dude,
Is there
I
any
can-
people who get their spell slots back after rest?
You
'Cause
want some
I-
crazy shit, dude? I'll give you like fucking sunburst or lightning bolt or sunbeam.
Well, like I was gonna straight up put fireball on one of them because that's a pretty big wide AOE. Like I could drop that somewhere and just kind of snap at it and call it. I believe I have
Let
to
me figure out
confirm
what
if my notes
sunburst
on it are a little empty.
Okay.
Like I have. It looks like I'm missing a sentence, like literally.
Does caretaker fly?
Who knows?
We don't know
Uh,
when we could-
I'm gonna say probably.
I'm yeah,
I would say be prepared for it too, because the last few things we've fought have had the ability to fly. I just kind of assume
Yeah.
that that's the norm at this
Let me-
point.
Yeah.
call down my arc thrower.
Having to walk across the ground, but then I was like, shit, but he's like not human. What if like we lay all these traps and then he just like jumps?
That's
Well,
why
that's
I'm
why-
more. I mean, well, the stuff that I can make is more would be in vials and bottles, so stuff we could throw.
Marlon,
I have a bunch of the peppers left over from the same thing that you have, with the pepper
Pepper bombs.
bombs. Yeah, I have a
If
Yeah.
you're
bunch.
concerned about like levitation over trap, you got a sorcerer over here that can pretty much just pick and throw up pick up and throw anything like
I do
wherever. Like so, if you put a trap down, I could throw a spell at it to make it blow up. Like it's not a big deal. I have zero concerns about like laying a trap and it not being effective. I have a feeling we're gonna have large swaths of enemies coming at us.
So, Marlon, can I give you a level 8 spell to put in one of those things?
Holy fuck! I need to consult with Gary. Yeah, so
Uh,
that complicated. But the question I have is, I have those arcane blue crystals.
Yep.
The only notes the reason why I'm asking is because my notes end in a comma, and I'm very curious if I'm missing something.
Okay.
But it just says cast a spell on a crystal, set the crystal anywhere, and then magically link the crystals is what I have in my notes.
Yeah.
And so my understanding is cast the spell, and then on a whim I can just
Yes, basically.
great. Are they all? I can cast into whatever. Is there a limitation on the spell cast onto the crystal?
You have not experimented with that.
Wonderful. Fuck it, Aramil. Let's do this shit.
All right.
Oh, no.
neat.
I hand Aramil one of my 4 arcane blue crystals.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
after,
wait. The other question I'll ask is, this is like storing the spell in the crystal. It's not like when I cast it on there, any time that is affected by that spell, like say a fireball or like an AoE or something, like it wouldn't actually take effect until I snap at it, right? Like,
I mean, it depends if it destroys the crystal.
that's a real good fucking point.
Like if you put a lightning spell in the crystal and someone hits the
I
crystal with
grab
a
that- I
hammer.
grab the crystal out of Aramil's hand. What spell are you trying to cast?
I've got Sunburst, which is a level 8 spell that does like a 60-meter radius of like blinding sunlight that does like 12d6 of radiant damage to anyone in the circle.
How about
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
how about we try
Marlon.
something first? And I take kind of a bit of a distance. So I take a safe distance away,
Okay.
and I put a crystal down, and I cast Fireball on it.
Well, okay. No, you don't. Oh, to see if it breaks the crystal.
No. I want to try to put it. I want to try to put the spell into the crystal, like you
Oh,
said.
you
like,
just hold it in your hand.
oh, okay. I do that.
You just hold it in your hand and cast the spell like you would normally, but instead of
do that.
directing it out, you direct it into the crystal, and you can see this red misting like substance appear in the center of the crystal.
Can I do some sort of Arcana check to like determine like the stability of this thing? Like,
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
like, you get where I'm going with this, right?
I
Like,
do.
I'm trying to
I
if
do.
a level 8 could be held in this thing. Like,
Yeah.
Let me use my. I also want to point out that the last time we played, I broke my Marlem in several pieces.
Oh.
My little guy.
No.
So he's like missing his arm and his staff and his legs and a feet.
Oh no.
So my dad got me a new one.
Aw, that's nice.
Can I see Ryan?
Okay.
He was showing a little guy.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
a 16
Okay.
plus my Arcana, which is 12. So
All right. So 30. What
it's a
level?
big number. Yeah.
What level spell is Fireball?
Fireball is, I think it's a level 4 or
That's what I thought. I thought it was level
it's
4.
3. Level 3.
Okay. You realize that upon doing this Arcana check and seeing what's going on, it looks stable enough. Yeah, with level 3, it looks pretty stable. What you have realized in mechanical terms is that the crystal has to pass a DC. It has to pass its own saving throw. It has a modifier. It has a modifier of 8, and it needs to get under a 16. So it is in a 8 plus the spell's level.
We cannot cast that spell on this thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
You will blind everyone in the party the instant you do this.
That's fine.
I also think that that's a probably good idea that you don't put that into a like. Well, I mean, I guess I could just.
It'd be nice to like have that spell be far away, is what I'm thinking. You know, as we see the horde of enemies coming, we can blow it up.
Yeah,
far
you're
away.
right. You're absolutely right.
But I can still do that. I think the range is plenty far. 150 feet.
Yeah.
You're
Golden.
fine.
So, couple things. One, we don't know where Corrin is, right?
Correct.
She did not specify.
Yo, do
I
not
think that
worry about
I'm
Corin.
gonna worry about Corrin. So I'm a little concerned that we're setting all these traps and she doesn't know where the traps are. And if she is trying to get to us, that she's going to maybe spring some of the traps. And
Dude, she's already accepted death. Like, she is definitely accepted death.
okay.
This is
Well,
like-
what traps? Like,
line of questioning
we've
I
got
thought she
the wall of thorns, but that's going to be something that Aramil will activate when.
Yeah.
Every-
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
lay some mines down, we can see her approach and let her know to not go that way.
Yeah, I just want to make
Right.
sure that we like maybe in advance or something just are ready to be like, hey Corrin, don't go there. Pick another road.
I also don't like the idea of sharing that information until she gets here.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want that.
I don't want to put anything about our defenses on the wire at all.
I just don't want that thought to only be in my head. So
Fair
you're-
enough. Fair enough.
I was waiting for you to ask the question of like, should we go help her? And I'm like, no.
No.
I mean, honestly,
Like,
I'm trying very hard. Because I have a weird relationship with Corrin, but
no way. The pragmatist in me is like, we're in for a fight. No way.
yes,
No,
I
I'm with
don't
you.
feel it is the best use of time and resources. Nyx does not like it, but this is where we are. So, we have some pepper bombs.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we want to just like wait and like huck those, or if you want me to like a certain
We
way,
have something that
like,
we can set up like a sling so you can launch them.
You could probably do some like fun tripwire type stuff if you really
yeah,
want
that's what I
to.
was thinking. Like I could do like
Do you
a
have-
fire. I could do
Any chance you have access to blasting powder in any of your
I don't think
resources?
I don't think
I got a
I.
little
I
bit
might.
here.
Size who
Yeah.
I'm looking for here.
I got a question for you, buddy.
Think so.
Damn.
I have.
Those crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put a self spell on them? And if so, does it just apply the same way? It just acts on itself.
Basically, they activate like your ring, except that due to the magic
It's just
in them,
where
they
the
can be
crystal
done-
is.
Yeah, you could do it remotely.
All right.
The
I'm also
other
gonna
thing I was
put-
going to say as part of that arcana check is because you have experience with putting spells inside of gems, you know that some gems are much more willing to work with spells than others.
Sure, that's fair. No,
You
I
know,
get it.
Diamonds can hold just about everything. Rubies, nothing higher than a fourth. So
I found
Do
some
we know
like
what this kind of gem is?
that is the problem. You do not.
I'm fiddling
Hey,
with
Sai,
some.
Do you
some
look at
fucking-
this gem?
I mean, I work extensively with them for enchanting, so do I know
There
what
you
this is?
Nope.
Oh fuck! Oh,
Because it is
monocle.
it is crystallized magic.
Oh.
There is no name for this type of gem. There
So-
is no.
Even identify wouldn't give me anything.
It's the famed Marlaminamite.
Exactly. Like you guys have discovered this.
Marlamite.
You get to name it.
Yeah, the Marlamite. Yeah.
I think Marlon
Sounds-
wants the way to go.
Let's workshop that. Let's workshop
It
that.
sounds like
Udavita Vegemite.
yeah, but also marmalade, like a combo of the two.
Yeah.
And Marmite.
And also yeah.
Delicious.
Vegemite.
Yeah.
Apparently, alchemical napalm isn't that hard to make.
No, it's not.
I don't like how creepily you said that, but okay.
I've been doing some research
You're getting a little too
been
into
about
character.
things that I could use in my
Oh no, what have I done?
in my.
Uh,
that I
War
could use my
crimes.
alchemy set.
War crimes.
So I will say
I have 2 daggers of force. Do you want them, Nyx? I don't know why it's in my inventory, but it's
Because
there.
you all got some just as a hey, just in case these things are expendable and do some fucking hurt.
Oh, okay, never mind then. If we already all have them.
I will
No,
say
I mean,
that
you can
the
use it.
boulevard itself is about 70 feet long, I would say. About 30 feet of lane and then like 5 feet of sidewalk at either side. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So I'm thinking traps that like there's probably not much we can trap, but like a prepared defensive, like
Mm.
if we can get something to like
Yeah,
launch-
I
launch-
put Death Ward on Darwin, but I think I'm gonna try to conserve my other stuff because I was looking to see if like anything like Hallow or something similar, but Hallow's 24 hours, and I don't have Forbidden's prepared because I cannot cast a spell if it isn't prepared, even if it's a ritual spell. Right? I believe it's just that if you cast it as a ritual, it just doesn't extend the
yeah.
spell slot.
That is
Okay,
correct.
but you still need to have the spell prepared in order to do that. Okay.
That is correct.
No.
So I've
yeah.
I've got a bunch of healing prepped, so I will keep that at the ready.
In
You
all
need to do
the
a
times
check
that I've spent
on
gathering
one of my
materials,
crystals.
is there any
Gary,
chance that I would have found some
wow.
Hang on.
poisonous stuff?
Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
Trav.
if I have some poisonous reagents and common curatives, I can make a sticky goo potion that would, when it breaks, it like makes like a 30-foot
Sticky blue foam.
thing. Yeah, it's like the foam from fucking Prey.
Oh,
whatever.
cool.
So I apparently can make
yeah.
some stuff like slower, walkable terrain or whatever, maybe.
I would say you've probably.
I mean,
picked
I
up
have to
some-
not fuck up on a roll to make
Well,
it,
of course,
but it's
yes,
not
but
that bad.
I would say you certainly have some nightshades and things like that you can fuck
As
around
well.
with.
That's cool.
Because I feel like that's almost more useful to me than firebombing.
I mean, let's put it this way:
Yeah, like-
you've made poison-based things before, so you definitely
Oh.
have the materials to do it.
oh, sweet.
I can I have my blessing like because of me being a knowledge cleric. Should I save it for helping Darwin put the thing together, or do you want me to help with maybe
I mean, we're
making
not
more
putting it
potions
together
or
until we're
poisons?
gone. We're putting it together back where we're going. I think he just needs to disassemble it into a way that it can move.
Just need to protect him while he disassembles, and then while we evac.
Yeah, then we exit.
Because I have
So it's
the
like
I can use my channel divinity to gain proficiency with any skill or tool for 10 minutes. So I figure I can use that to give him a help action or something. But Or
I
like
think
don't
that it
know,
would be
lower the
hard for you
PC or
to, yeah,
something,
like
I don't
you would
know.
need to do that like right away, basically, to like be help because we don't want you helping him when fighting is happening, because fighting is more useful.
Okay, because my other channel divinity stuff is more destroy undead, read thoughts. So
Yeah.
like the rest of it isn't super helpful. So I can use it right now to help you with like potion making or poison making, because that's
And if you want to,
falls into the category.
I don't know exactly how the best way to do this, other than pretty much to roll whatever my, I guess, what is it, wisdom that uses is survival, the skill
Yeah.
that uses this stuff. Then I guess just roll that and then say, hey Gary, how many of these do I make?
Yeah, that is basically what happens.
So yeah, I guess if you want to try and, if you have a means of, because it's not it's wisdom. So if all you have is intelligence, then that's not going to help me.
I'm a
I've
cleric.
got a lot of
Yeah.
wisdom.
Okay.
So yeah,
I have 20
buffing
potion
my end
bottles,
won't
by
do
the
any
way.
good. Oh, I got gangs of those. Don't you worry.
I also have Wyvern blood. Is Wyvern blood anything in particular? Is it like a poison, or is it just something?
You
we
just
can-
have it.
Magical reagent.
That's just there.
Okay.
I'm sure we could do something with it. I just don't know. I've just been doing a little bit of research
I'm-
as to stuff people make.
I'm not going to put my thumb on the scale in any sort of way, but there's a thing in Jay's inventory that I'm shocked has not been noticed and then used yet.
I don't know.
It has been a while, Gary. Please give us a little
Yeah.
help every once in a
I'm
while.
not
If it's
sure.
not...
Sai, last I checked, you have a lot of dragon leather.
I have wyvern leather, dragon
Yeah.
scales.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
dragon scales,
scale.
that's
I
right.
have the scales. Hold on, I have some of that too.
I do have a lot of wyvern leather, which is what I was thinking to use to make like a sling to shoot.
Yeah,
those stuff,
wyvern
but-
leather, wyvern
good.
blood, wyvern scales, potion bottles, peppers. Yeah, I've
I
got
did
some of
put
that
the
as well.
code in. Yeah.
I genuinely thought that you guys had skinned that red dragon when you killed it, but maybe I'm crazy.
Blue dragon?
Yeah, sorry, the blue dragon.
We did.
No. I don't know if we skinned it.
Yeah. So yes, the wyvern whatnot is also dragon whatnot. They are the same.
Oh, okay.
That is why my brain is frying right now. Because if you want a way to use that fucking coagulated dragon breath, that holds it.
Well, I can't access it.
Oh, because you left it in your workshop?
Huh?
Did you leave it in your workshop? Oh, you can't access the got it.
Yeah, I can't access that demi plane until tomorrow.
Got it.
But yeah, so if I were to get a, let's say, 23 survival roll for use of my alchemy tools, how many of those are we going to make? Just so we have some, because vials are probably not an object.
Yeah, I'd say probably 10.
Cool. So we've got some of these. I'm not sure. Like honestly, there's not like a lot of book on how this is going to work. So I'm going to have to leave it up to you to decide how like a sticky web type thing, like foam type thing, is going to actually work.
I mean, it's going to it'll make it difficult terrain and, take at least half speed to...
Yeah, it's like, well, you get to decide what it does when it hits the ground and what it does when it hits a guy.
Exactly.
Could I
For what it's
then...
worth, are we expecting a lot of people or kind of just one person?
Not a clue.
Don't know.
I think
why we're trying to be
probably
prepared.
a lot of people. Because I think
If it was one big guy, that'd be nice, but unlikely.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not that kind.
Could I then, if Trev's making that, can I use my time to make some healing potions for people? Because I have a bunch of the bottles and stuff. So
Go for it.
Survival,
Yeah.
or
Gary, what I wanted to say earlier was that I think while they're making preparations, because the first thing I want to do is use my staff, so I'm going to be pointing my perception towards the west, like standing with my staff ready to go.
Okay, just waiting.
Just waiting and listening and vibing and, getting ready.
Word.
22, Gary.
I'd say you probably make... well, that depends. Are you trying to make...
I'm trying to make
small or medium?
I'm trying to make the bigger ones, because the small ones are nice, but
I'd say you could probably make 2 then.
greater.
Yeah.
Okay. Craig. Oh, well, I'll save one for Trev probably.
Okay.
Who would be the
The other frontliner is me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here you go. I was like,
Or
who's? I was
or
trying to decide if it made more sense
Constantly
to give
getting in
to
trouble?
you or Marleman. because Marleman is squishy.
Always remember, I will be going straight towards the biggest threat. So
Okay.
Yeah, no, give it to the people on the front line. There's going to be so
All
many
right.
traps and shit that, like, I'm
Okay.
praying they don't get near me, but I'm certainly not going
I
anywhere near
will
it.
help you if need be. So you have a greater healing, Jay.
thank you very much. So this is fun. I think my actual workshop inventory was on my old phone. I don't know if it actually made it over.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to look on my computers and stuff to see if I have that because I thought it was here. I don't see it.
We'll find it at some point.
I heard that, by the way. I have a fair amount of healing
Potions or abilities
yeah.
or
potions. I have some that I made for myself and distributed to other people in the past, but I still.
Do you also
kept
have
some.
those shitty ones that restore over time?
Yes. I have 4 potions of healing plus regen, 2d4 plus 4, 2d2 per turn for 10 rounds.
Okay, so
They're hanging out.
do you want me to give the other one to Marleman then, or
To anybody else is fine. I have
Okay.
2 superior, 7 regular ones, and then 4 regular ones that have shitty regen as well.
okay, I will give the other one to Marleman then.
I'm pretty much, honestly, at some point, we're just, if we need to donate medical supplies to someplace, that's what all of those are going to get used for. They're not for us anymore. Does
We're gonna
anybody
have
else
how
want
many
some-
people coming through? Some of them will probably be hurt.
Who else wants some of this, sticky stuff?
So
Sticky blue
on that
foam!
note, I was thinking, could I set up a rudimentary sling just to launch shit?
Sure.
Sure.
Vials of sticky stuff to launch into the roadway.
Hell yeah.
Just
Hey,
modify a crossbow.
Yeah, I was about to say. Make whatever your tools check is.
Sleight of hand, probably.
You're a tool check.
Wow.
A
Harsh.
Everyone and sticky stuff.
Okay.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that it's. Oh, God damn it, Morgan.
That's fine.
Sticky blue foam!
Hi. We're getting more rain. Not good. We're not built for rain. We have
You're
so
not-
much shit.
You are
We
not
have
prepared.
a storm with heavy rain Sunday night through Wednesday. Take care in areas weakened by prior storms, aka San Diego. Man, I don't want to have to deal with more water. No, our buildings are terrible. I had so many leaks during the storm. It was bad.
It's just been a muddy mess out here. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's put it this way, Sai. You make it. You look at it. You look at Trev and you go, if you want to try it.
If he's not happy with his work, he throws it over the side.
That's fair. You are a perfectionist.
He's a consummate.
I feel like if only there were trees, because then we could take a branch.
Yeah.
Just like a child slingshot.
All right. So what I have right now for pre-set up stuff, I have that Darwin is under death ward. We have all of those potions that were just made, but nothing has been set up in the boulevard. We also have Aramil standing with his staff like he's Gandalf, just staring at the road, waiting for something to happen.
I thought Nix was setting up tripwires and bombs in the.
I was gone when all that, and then no one has said it since. So
Yeah. No one gave me the okay. And I
Yeah,
didn't want to
yeah.
set up.
To do so, just have not done it yet.
I will
Yes.
help you with it if you need it.
Is that I have to do the same thing? I've got 2 crystals I want to put out.
all right.
Aramil, do you want to? Does anybody else want to take one?
What are the crystals? Sorry.
Put a spell in it.
They're like trip mines, sort of so you can cast a spell into the crystal, and then on a whim you can kind of just snap at it, and it'll go off.
They're remote mines more than they are trip mines.
Thank
I'll
you.
do that.
Yes.
I see.
So I've got Gary. I wanted you to roll against the second one I did, but it should pass. It's a level 2 spell. It's not anything
Oh.
special.
Yeah, I'm not.
Or it might even be a level 1 now that I look at it.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, Earth Tremor.
Yep.
So that one's just a 10-foot
Yeah.
blob that's just going to make a mess for people walking through it.
Yeah.
And potentially knock people over. So
Yeah, you're
I have
good.
2
That
things.
works.
Thing 1, Marlum, I can take one and put in a spell, Lightning Bolt. That would be cool.
What level is that?
3.
That should be fine. You might have to roll against it, but it should be fine.
You're fine.
Okay.
All right.
And then, Gary, whatever I need to do to have my Wall of Thorns prepped from my staff so that I can do it right when I...
Yeah, you're holding.
It's
you're holding
just
it
an
as
action to activate it. It just uses up
Okay,
a certain
so
number of
it's
charges
like-
depending on the level of the spell or which spell
once
it is.
once combat starts, that will be a thing that comes up.
Can I do it before combat starts, though? That's what I'm trying to
No,
get at.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
the last 10 minutes.
Right. But I want to do it when they're, like, coming towards us and not yet into combat. Because, like,
yeah, you'll have
like-
an opportunity to do that, I'm sure.
right.
Unless we get ambushed here.
We'll get there.
The range
When
is
we
far, I think.
when
you
we
should
start
be able
to
do it. You should have time.
Yeah,
Basically,
You
like,
will
yeah.
have time.
combat will
Don't worry.
functionally start when they're pretty far from us. I think.
Right.
when we get an inkling that they're nearby, I'm gonna activate my true sight just
Okay.
in case.
Anyway, in the absence of a throwing device, I want to give probably Nyx and maybe Sai as well some throwable harassment, sticky nonsense devices.
Great.
It's
Love
like
that for us. All right.
Go
so
go gadget goo ball.
You
Yeah.
can have 3 of them.
mark those
each.
down.
Nonsenses going into inventory.
3 goo ball. Got
Write
it.
those down. Write those down.
Also,
Weirdest
Marleman,
game of
can we go
Splatoon
out-
I've ever seen.
Marleman, can we go out and put our crystals out together?
Let's do
That
it.
sounds so romantic.
I'll.
Holding hands.
You want to go make some landmines and tripwires and
Yeah.
Go make
All
some
right,
lightning
so-
bolt.
So for your crystal boys, you don't have to make a check or anything like that. You're just
Crystal balls.
placing them functionally. So
Wait,
as long as
what?
you're not throwing them at the ground, you should be fine.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Sick.
Do we have like a? Do we want to have like a drawing of what this kind of looks like?
Yeah. So this is going to be the last thing we do.
but I don't know if that's going to be.
This is going to be the last thing we do today.
Yeah.
I am then
Set
going
up,
to
I see.
draw all of this up, and then
Yeah.
next time we play, which I do have something I have to mention about that once we're done here, we will jump right into that.
Yeah.
So Nyx and Sai. Nyx specifically made a sleight of hand check with advantage because Sai is.
Okay. The 12 was better, and then sleight of hand is plus like a lot.
Yeah, you have expertise and dexterity.
Let's see. Plus 15, so
Yeah.
27.
That's what I thought. It is not a problem. You are able to set up, these trip mines. Which what do they do?
So do we want to use my pepper bombs for that? Or
Probably.
I could set up the goo.
Could do either.
some of both.
Can you describe what the pepper bomb does?
Yeah, what does the pepper dome do?
I think it's a
Is
little.
that a coughing fit thing? Because they're robots. Like,
You don't know that.
Oh, I'm expecting meat suits.
I was
That's-
under the impression the pepper bombs were like little bombs.
okay,
So pepper bomb deals 1d8 fire damage, and they have to make a Constitution saving throw to not be stunned for 1 turn. That's done basically
okay,
just
cool,
being
cool.
coughing.
Yeah, those are good. Let me put some pepper
I like
bombs.
those.
Does not work on anything that does not breathe air.
That said,
Well,
I
I
don't
assume
know-
the fire damage probably.
Still
Oh, the fire
rest
damage
of
is
the
fine.
fight
Like the stunned condition does not work. on
so
anything that
in
does
terms
not.
of what we're facing, it's either going to be robots or it's going to be Age of Ultron crossed with Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
Yeah.
which of those two is going to happen.
but we should prepare for both outputs, right? Or-
Exactly.
yeah, so that's why I'm like, I think what we should be looking at. So if this is like a long corridor, right? What did you say the distance was? It was
So
end distance by 70.
yes, correct.
Okay, so we should be looking at this as layers of
Defenses, yeah.
defense, of like blockage explosions, right?
Which, on that
Or-
note, does anybody have something that can either raise or lower ground, like make a trench or raise a wall of some sort? That we could have position?
I have
Or slow down?
stone shape.
I don't think I have that. I don't.
I
I
did
think
at one
that is a
point
spell
have
that I
one.
could have, but I don't.
I don't have that anymore.
All right. That was worth a shot. In that case, once we've layered some traps out, if we could build like Trevor and I can build a barricade, and with Phaedra's help because she's also strong. Just like literally stack some shit up to form a defensible position.
Knock
Sure.
some of these metal trees over.
Yeah.
Just something.
Bro, Aramil is gonna knock over metal trees all fucking day.
Yeah, we got wait. Like that feels like a thing that we could do.
Yeah, that sounds
All right,
about right.
Aaron, can you send me the? I'll look it up. You put lightning bolt. Does that
Thunder.
travel through targets, or does it just hit a single target?
No, it travels in a straight line, my friend.
Yeah, it's a straight line.
Fireball goes
I got
around.
another idea. We're gonna use two
Wide.
crystals.
60 feet long?
All right, you figure that out. So everybody who wants to participate in the barricade building, which we're going to say is 300 feet up the road. So
Sure.
it's not right there at the end. We're going to say it's a good distance up. Everybody involved make a communal strength check. The DC is going to be 40.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna help.
Oh,
It was a natural
I'm
20.
not. I'm gonna
Oh.
put my gusto behind it, but I will not help.
16.
So 16 from
26.
Sai, 26 from Trev.
We almost got it right there.
18.
We
Strength?
did do it.
We did do it right there. 18 from Phaedra and Armel.
4.
Yeah,
Great.
Fucking trees. Ah!
I would say you rolled a natural 20 in motivation. You are our little
Yeah.
I'm a
cheerleader.
little confused, but he's got the spirit.
What
You
all of
really
you
need
are
to.
so shocked by is Artemel's complete compassion at punching the shit out of these trees with nothing happening. As all three of you lifting trees out of the ground and dragging them into position, look at him and just wonder to your head, why didn't you turn into an animal? As you then...
You didn't want
stack
to waste
these-
this wild shape.
He only has so many of those.
No, he doesn't.
That's fair.
That's what Pearl says.
I'm sure I can
Aw,
help.
baby.
Anyway, so you guys stack up a pretty decent, let's say like you put 10 of these trees kind of stacked up. They're probably about 12 feet tall total. It's a good barricade.
It's
Well
something. It's more than nothing.
Hear the soundtrack of Les Mis in the background. Just
Yes.
Whoa. Do we have any
All right,
of those
so we're
bomb
going to say
crystals left?
layer 1 of defense right now is this barricade.
Okay.
Layer 2, I have trip mines that are either pepper bombs or goo. You could decide which one. And then we also have, after that, the 2 crystals. Marleman, what have you come up with?
Okay, so my question here,
Yeah,
I assume crystal explodes when it uses.
that is correct. They are one-time use only.
Can a crystal
Uh-oh.
cast a spell onto another crystal?
What's your thinking here, Morgan?
Rube Goldberg.
I'm thinking literal electric tripwire. So I'm thinking like you put one crystal here and one crystal here, and as they come across the line, we can snap one on the lightning bolt and have it shoot across and hit a line of dudes, store into another, and then pull it again across.
Oh. Huh.
And this way, you
crystal is
wouldn't have to cast the spell twice because the spell would be technically hitting the crystal.
so write
Can't you
this
just
down.
twin cast the spell into the 2 crystals?
I don't have twin cast.
Yes.
Oh.
It was not something he chose. This is sorcery stuff.
No, I chose utility. I did not
Yes.
choose damage.
So, if we're talking about Ember Talbot, my sorcerer, he does have twin spells, so he could firebolt out of both fingers like this.
Hey,
My sorcerer has transmute and twin, so then that
Yeah.
way she just has scorching ray and can change the damage to whatever depending on the
sense.
situation.
So write this down, Morgan. So I remember this for next time. The second crystal is going to have to pass a check to not explode.
Right, that's the thing.
No, exploding might
It
be
won't
a
be bad.
desirable
Yeah,
effect.
correct.
Also.
yeah, look, I'm kind of
Still,
But if it
to me, it's not that big of a
passes-
deal. But I'm thinking about it as like it would be really interesting
Right.
if I could bounce that charge to a second crystal.
Correct.
That's fair. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it passes, it could do this forever until one of them fail.
Fuck yes, that is
the
what I
other
want to do.
Is the other thing I'm gonna say.
That's what he's
So, like,
after.
But
Is
for
legitimately what I was thinking. I'm like,
for
I want
each-
this thing to bounce back and forth as much as it can until both explode,
right.
or until one reaches the other and it ultimately ends. Right?
Exactly. Like functionally, what's going to happen is as it bounces, it will decay.
It's gonna have to-
So it may
That's
only
kinda
be
what
able
I
to do it 2 or 3 times, but
That's what I figured. I
hey,
imagine
provided it
if
passes, it will
survives
go
the hit. It will take damage and then charge and fire back. Like it will.
correct.
Cool. I at least want to try it. It's an interesting
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought. The joy of me coming up with these crystals is that I get to decide what the fuck they do. And sure, like there's no reason that
Worst
won't
case
work.
scenario, it blows up.
Exactly. Like worst case scenario, it blows up, it does some damage in the area, and you're good to go.
So
I need to
do we have
find
any more of those
each
crystals?
IO I drew of this because I was like,
That would be all 3.
Okay.
So the goo just slows.
Makes it difficult terrain, or are they enwebbed?
So it's gonna make it difficult terrain when it's there. I don't know what it's going to do upon launch.
Oh,
I would say that it's
figuring that
probably a
part
good
out.
idea for that stuff to be saved. Like anything that has a slowing effect should probably be used within range of our other like things, because just slowing them down like 250 feet away is not that big a thing. But slowing them down where they'll be more vulnerable to what, like to us doing other bad things to them, is probably better.
Okay, so put the pepper.
So we could like soften them up out there and then slow them down over here, so we can like deal with them more.
Yep. That makes perfect sense.
All right, so we're gonna put the goo right on the edge.
The slowing we want to slow them down as they get to near us, so then they're easier for us to deal with.
And I put
Like 60 feet away or so.
Yeah, like get some you guys whatever your spell ranges are.
I mean,
Get them in range of you zapping them with stuff, and then slow them down so it's easy to hit them.
Gary, my wall of thorns, its distance I think is 150.
Okay. So it's about halfway in between where you are and where the tree barricade is. So
yeah, nice. So we have like physical wall, and then some nice explosives they can trigger, and then a sick thorn wall.
Yeah.
And then then we've got like, and once they get past all that, they'll already be softened up, so then they get slowed down and melted with
give me that
whatever
order
else.
of operations from farthest inwards.
So right now we have the tree barricade, we have the trip binds pepper bombs, we have the wall of thorn, we have the crystal lightning bullshit.
Hold on. Trees, pepper bombs.
Correct.
So, for what it's worth, my theory with the barricade was that some of us are fighting at the barricade, and then when they push too close to that, we abandon it.
I mean,
And then
you guys can start. You guys can start there as much as you
So
want.
if we actually have the wall of thorns as like a
as
put
a
it down
retreating
behind
tool.
us to slow them down as we get away, or slow their approach initially, so that we can do the same thing, like help them with shit while they're slowed down.
What's the width on wall of thorns?
60 feet.
All right, so there will be edges that
5-foot edges.
I'm drawing this out, so
Yeah, but if they're going all the way out to miss that, they're probably spending more than that movement anyway.
Right.
Absolutely.
So,
though it's going to cost them 20 feet of movement to get through that. It costs 20 feet of movement to get through the wall of thorns.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
do they take
why
damage?
is that
too,
wall
or-
of trees?
Yes.
Yeah, they take damage too. Yeah.
Is the wall adjustable, or is it a set size?
You can make either a circle or a 60-foot line, 10-foot high and 5 feet wide.
Oh.
Or you can make like a
60-foot
big
line, yeah.
circle.
Leave 5 feet on either side.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The barricade. Did you ask how tall is that, Marlman?
The wall of trees? Yeah.
Yeah. So the tree barricade is how I have it listed here. This is the barricade that Trev, Sai, Aramil, and Phaedra
He helped.
built.
He helped.
It is
all 4 strength. Yeah.
it expands the entire thing. It is I will say 5 feet thick and 12 feet tall.
Okay. I'm gonna put.
You're muted, Greg.
No, don't worry about that. That was just a bad.
Where do
joke.
we want to put the fireball and my earth tremor?
So I thought about that. Once we
Like, if
abandon
you want
this
to like
other
pull them out,
fence-
you fireball far out.
Well, I was thinking we could also just blow those if we make an explosion that propels those trees into a crowd of enemies.
Oh Jesus!
You're creating a tree more.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm okay with this. What if we put? All right.
Sai is a tinkering genius.
Yeah.
Soldier.
All right, so let's think about it like this, right? So you want to put the fireball
like nestled into the bottom middle
Like
of the
on the interior edge of the woods.
yes.
Or the wall, the tree brigade or tree wall or whatever, right?
Yeah. So that the
So it
explosion
goes
propels
that
it.
way.
Maybe, yes.
With the idea
Uh,
that it goes outward.
Gary's
Yes.
like, I don't know about this, man.
No,
I-
it
Gary's
makes
here for
perfect
it.
sense. Like I'm here for it. I'm just figuring out. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck that's gonna work.
Yeah, it's
I
up to Gary.
I forgot that I do have one other spell prepared because I forgot how many spells I had from last time. I do have Glyph of Warding, if we want to put that on anything.
What does
Okay.
that do?
It's a couple different things depending on what I want it to be. You inscribe a glyph. It lasts for an hour until dispelled or triggered. You inscribe it on either a surface. It's nearly invisible. Requires an intelligence check to be found. I decide what triggers it, and then I can either choose explosive runes or a spell glyph, where I can store a prepared spell of 3rd level or lower in the glyph by casting it as part of creating the glyph. It's target a single creature or area. No immediate effect when cast in this way. When the glyph is triggered, the stored spell is cast. So yeah, the explosive runes is,
I just copied and pasted it and put it in the chat
Yeah.
for everybody.
and I can choose the type of damage for the explosive runes. It doesn't strictly have to be fire.
But in this instance, would it be possible if we were to position those two explosive things like an equidistance apart? Would that give enough force to basically make this wall into a weapon?
Yes.
I think
The
you're
answer is
thinking about
yes.
this. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about this, right? Because you're defining this wall as something that's going to protect us and also be not tough enough to withhold an explosion. You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
As far as I'm concerned, protecting us is with just slowing them down.
It's not.
So
Nothing
this
is going to
basically-
stop
It's gonna. Yeah, it's not going to stop them. It's just to slow them down, to make them have to climb over something or try to batter through something, which I don't think they're going to be able to do. But also, where we're placing the explosives, we can make it so that it's in a little bit, so that when the explosion comes, it will propel it out.
Yeah, like that's like the way I envisioned this when I heard the idea was like, yeah, we start seeing them either climbing over the wall or see the wall starting to like take damage if they're just going to try to beat through it. And then either way, that means we know there's a crowd at the wall, and it's then an explosion will send the wall at them.
yeah,
And
no,
whatever
I'm down.
happens from there happens from there.
Don't let my questioning
Come
make
what
it seem
may.
I'm not into this idea. I'm way into this idea.
I even plan to be either on top of or near the wall, using it defensively, depending on what it looks like they're coming at us with. But like, it's not going to be this massively protective wall. It's just a first line of defense, something meant.
I was
to
gonna
be.
say,
many
like,
pepper
it's
bombs
not
do
big
that?
enough that they can just go around it.
Well, there's a 5-foot gap on either side, and if they're swinging out 65 feet to get there,
Okay.
or,
I thought there was only a gap in the wall of thorns. I thought it was up to us how big the bigger.
oh
the
no,
tree
you're
wall
right.
was.
You're right. The gap.
Yeah,
of-
the wall of
Yeah,
thorns
like,
is the only one right here. So
We don't have magical limits on our own construction. We can do
on
whatever.
trees. Yeah.
I need to know how many pepper bombs are put down. So here's how I have it: wall of trees, fireball, pepper bombs, wall of thorns, goo bombs, lightning bolts alongside the goo bombs.
Oh God!
They
Oh,
get
no!
gunked up, and then it bounces back and forth and really, really fucks with them.
No!
And then, not for nothing, we can make one more barricade at the end that we'll actually use to stop our final defense.
Or even like create a bottleneck.
Yeah.
Well, that's what yeah. So now I'm like, that's what I have for the order. Am I missing something? Am I missing
No.
anything?
Currently, no.
Not really. I mean,
Here's
I think this is
Add
great.
up
You
robots.
guys
All
tell
right.
me,
15
what
more
did I
robots
fuck up?
because the goo is next to the lightning. All right.
Go here for this.
God damn it! It's the
They're
worst.
shooting the trees out. 20 more.
Okay,
Gary's gonna have a
you
lot
guys
of
can
math to
check
do over
the
the next.
Facebook. This
So,
is our defense line.
as it currently stands. Yes. God damn it! That's
Hold on, can I present?
I love this.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
And remember that wall of that barricade, that first barricade, is 300 feet from where the center of Elysium is.
Right.
So we will. Oh, thank you. This is perfect. Hey. So the thing that I was going to say before, and this is a pitch to all of you, is that we're going to leave it here. You know, we'll start with what I have planned next time. I plan to be in Connecticut next weekend.
Yay.
Word.
If we want to do this mess of a sequence in person, because it might be easier to understand distances and things like that if I put this on a big piece of paper, we do it that way.
I could bring my little guy.
Yeah.
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 Heather, we will get you
Right
virtually in.
Thank you. I will Ashley in as always.
Yes. I plan on getting down there at like 3:00 on Saturday. I have both Saturday and Sunday free, whichever works for y'all. If you guys want to do that.
Yeah, I just checked our calendar and we're free next weekend, so we're good. We have that nice dining room table. We can we can host that if people would like.
Morgan?
I'm checking right now.
I would prefer Saturday over Sunday, but I can make Sunday work.
Yeah,
Okay.
either is fine with me, either day, as long as I know
Same thing
which
applies
one
to me.
to plan.
Same thing applies.
I think Saturday's fine.
Jay?
I have to check with Ash, but I'll let you know shortly.
Okay. Either way, like we'll make this happen soon, so that way this is all kind of fresh in people's minds.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fucking mess. I'm very excited. I'm terrified by this lightning bolt goo bomb situation. I have to write up so many DCs for things.
I'm so excited.
I am just very
My-
thankful that I wish I had Globe of Invulnerability, but at the very least, I've got stuff to protect Darwin.
Right.
Yeah,
should we
Death
run
Ward is a
into
good-
trouble?
We're gonna do fine.
I have either like Sanctuary or Shield of Faith. One of them I have prepped. I can't remember which. I gotta find it.
Yeah, I can
I'll
use
at least
it,
give
but
him one or two of the shitty healing potions, just because, like, legitimately, if he has like one hit point or whatever, then it's all the same.
He has two. Because I put the
Yeah,
Death
like,
Ward on him, so
The
it's
combination of Death Ward and a couple of those means, honestly,
that's
it'll
the
be
best.
really hard for us to turn around and then turn back around and be like, ah, shit, he's dead.
Yeah.
At least,
Oh shit.
at least we'll have some chance. Like, it'll
I-
only happen if we really fall down on the job.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, I forgot
I'll make sure to kind of be in the middle to like keep both him and you guys safe.
I'll keep Misty Step handy so that I can get
What is
there
he
instantly if I
soft,
have to.
Oh, Sanctuary only lasts a minute. Okay.
Yeah, but that's 10 rounds in battle.
Yeah. But I'll be
to
far
correct
away.
this
from
a little bit here. I'm putting an earth tremor on just past
Okay.
with the idea that when they're breaking the line,
Hold on. Pause. Does anyone notice the two short actors that Morgan is?
Yep.
Aww. One of them is Nyx.
Oh.
one of you is actually taller than the other. So
I was gonna say, who's the other one?
Probably the
There we
half
go.
elf.
There you go.
and I don't have like a dinosaur emoji, so I can't really put Aramil in here properly. But
No.
yeah, so the idea is that once they break that line and we're deciding to blow the fireball, I want to earth tremor, knock them all down, and then fireball the wall and just really
Hell
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My tabletop
Leave
wargaming
them out,
heart is
baby.
so
Let's
happy
go.
right now.
Yeah, this is like Warhammer style shit
Here
going
for
on.
it.
I'm so excited to see this happen. We're gonna end stream there. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There we go. There's the updated one.